Are the voices of the dead all around us? Are they attempting to communicate? The Haunted New Jersey Paranormal Research Team recently investigated one of the state's most actively haunted locations to find the answers. What you're about to hear is real.
What do you want to do? What do you want to try next? I want to try that. I want to try that. I want to try that. I want to try that.
In a privately owned warehouse in western New Jersey, paranormal investigators confront the entities that are not only refusing to leave, but continue to make contact.
Property that was an old farmhouse at one time. So you've got a few different possibilities as to the origins of these entities. In the late 1980s, we had some stories come out of here of apparitional sightings, 3 specific ones. The first one that I know of was a third shift worker over in the plant, and he saw a man with his back to him walking away right past where we are now. And he described this man as probably about 5'10", with long, disheveled, black, like greasy, matted hair and an overcoat, walking away. He said he walked like a gorilla. Out from around the corner of the boxes, riding on the forklift, this man came around the corner and looked right into his face. So he was actually riding on the pallet on the forklift itself. Both buildings are active. We concentrate on this building.
To our friend that is resident in this building, are you here? Have you been watching us all night as we set up?
The amount of voices we've recorded in here, there is one resident entity here, but we've recorded many, many different voices, male and female, in here. I think it says listen, hide it. Some people think it says lift it, hide it, but the last 2 words, everyone that's heard this has agreed it said hide it. Hide it. You know, it's often said that ghosts are spirits with a personality complex, or personality disorder, I should say, and they don't move on for whatever reason. Again, we go off of more forensic evidence, and some of the recording evidence that we have, electronic voice phenomena, either reported by us or our co-researchers, seems to suggest, yeah, that they're confused and they're stuck and they can't move on. They're asking, help me, help me. Usually what we'll do is we'll come in here with a tape recorder. I've got an infrared camera in the corner tonight, and we've had a lot of success recording with infrared cameras. I just think that he likes it here. I don't know if he has, if he used to live on in the house that used to be on this property. Maybe he's got something to do with the railroad that runs through here. Maybe he worked in this plant at some point when this was a plant. I'm not sure, but he's not leaving, and he seems quite comfortable here. The poltergeist phenomena I've seen in objects move forward kind of creeps me out a little bit too. It's just something that is not supposed to happen, and when you're seeing a full-blown apparition, especially right in front of you when you're driving a forklift in the middle of the night and no one's supposed to be there and the guy looks disgusting, that's going to be scary to anybody. Ghosts haunt where they want to haunt. One of the voices we recorded in here had a British accent, and it's just odd that there are so many voices recorded in here, but really only one apparitional sighting, and really what I believe is only one resident entity here. I can't explain it. I'd say we've probably got maybe about 4 or 5 Class A voices in here, somewhere probably around maybe 15 or 20 Bs, and the rest were all low Class Cs. We're not here to harm you. We're just doing research. We want to communicate with you. Please leave us a message on one of these recording devices. The Wanna Try Again was the first night we were ever in here, which was in August of 2004. and Brent, Dolan, and I had come in here to just see if there's anything in here. They'd been asking me, the owners of this place, to come in for a while. So Brent came along with me. We went in, and we were in here for about an hour and a half, and we were just wrapping it up. And I asked Brent, I said, well, what do you want to do? What do you want to try next? And we've actually got 3 voices in a row on that clip, but the "want to try again" was really loud. It was even louder than my own voice. It was the entity saying he wants to try to get through to us again, in my opinion. And we've recorded a lot of voices like that over the years, as have co-researchers of ours. They want to communicate with us. The first voice says, "Now more." It's faint, but you can hear it. Then "want to try again," almost on top of that. And then a third voice a couple seconds later, which I could not make out what it was saying. But they wanted to communicate. And it turned out that night, when we reviewed all the video and audio recordings, we probably had about 16 voices on our very first night in here, and I was blown away. So we just kept coming back, and we were getting a lot of voices for a while. But as the weather started to get colder, and I'm not saying the cold weather has anything to do with this, but as the weather started getting colder, they tailed off to nothing. And now that we're back in here in the spring, we're starting to get some more voices. They don't seem to be communicating with one another. There have been other investigations that we've been on where we've recorded voices, one saying something to the other, and the other responding or doing what it was told. It doesn't happen a lot. Usually they seem to be very individualized. So I can't say they weren't all aware of each other in here, but they didn't seem to be instructing one another or really communicating back and forth. We just want to get some kind of indication that you're here with us. We're not sure if you turn the lights out on us or not, but a voice or a sound would be great. There goes the light. I think he probably recognizes me. I've been trying to get him to say my name or Brent's name for a while so I could record it, but he doesn't. And he comes on when you don't expect him to come on, you know. But that's the nature of EVP, you know. But I've recorded footsteps around me in this particular room, and I know other investigators who have actually gotten imprints of feet in investigations that they've been on across floors and things like that, and in dirt floors. The electromagnetic fields in that room are really high, and again, our theory is, as paranormal investigators and parapsychologists, that these entities need some form of energy to manifest. Man-made electromagnetic fields are one way that these entities acquire the energy to manifest. They can also draw energy off of human beings. This place, as with any other haunted place, you can get a wide variety of phenomena, and a lot of it just doesn't make sense. The place is haunted, and that can open up the door to all kinds of strange occurrences. There was an episode in 1996 where one of the managers was here by himself on a Saturday late in the day, around dusk, and he was working at his desk, and all of a sudden in the hallway overhead he heard what sounded like, he described, about a 250-pound man just running down the hallway, and he thought somebody else was in the building with him, and he thought it'd be funny to run out and go up the stairs and catch the guy as he came out the upstairs door. Well, when he got to the top of the stairs, he realized that all the lights were out in the hallway and that there was nobody up there. So he became very frightened. He knew the stories about this place, but this was his first experience with anything paranormal here, and he left, and he told me that he would not come back in here when the building was closed or when he was by himself, probably for about 4 years after that.